and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the second wave of movie Ninja Turtle figures from NECA. I am super excited to be taking a look at these. The first wave, of course, was the first four Turtles, and those figures were fantastic. I absolutely adored them. If you saw the video I did on them a while back, you probably saw that I was just in love with those figures, and still am. And so when they announced the second wave, I was like, I got to get on this. So we have the Shredder, of course, Master Splinter, and then you have two different foot soldiers. One comes with like normal melee weapons, I think a staff, nunchuck, and then you have a bladed foot soldier who comes with like a sword, sai, some other, I think an axe. But these guys are just amazing. You can see they are GameStop exclusive, so you can find them in your local GameStop stores, hopefully. If not, you can try to order them online. I found, I think, 2 in store, and the other 2 I had to get online, but they weren't too bad, and they got here pretty quick. They do free shipping over $35, so if you buy 2 online, you're guaranteed to get it, because they are... Does this one have a sticker on it? No. They're about $25 a piece, which I think is pretty fair. I mean, you know, pretty much the standard size of like a Star Wars Black Series figure or Marvel Legends, something like that. And the packaging, very reminiscent of the movie cover. You even have, this is my favorite part down here, NECA written in this like font and multicolored text down here, very much resembling the FHE logo, which was the company that distributed a lot of like the cartoon VHS and certainly the movie VHS. And of course you have the Nickelodeon logo as well, since they own it outright. But I mean, the side of the box here looks very, very similar to the original VHS spine art. So it's a beautiful touch. It's just one of those things that NECA goes out of their way to, you know, really crush it when it comes to packaging and homages and nostalgia and things like that. So here's the melee weapon. Unfortunately, mine has the staff a little bit loose in there, but that shouldn't be a problem. He looks like he has some tonfa, he has nunchuck, some extra hands and whatnot. Then we have the bladed weapon. He's got the axes, like that scene where they're fighting in the antique store above. I guess actually the antique store is below April's apartment. But anyway, he's got sai. I think he's got a katana in there somewhere as well. And then you have Master Splinter. He comes with a canister of ooze. Nunchucks as well for his iconic scene where he takes out the Shredder. Spoilers, I know it's been 30 years. Actually, I guess this would be the 30th anniversary of this movie. That's pretty cool, actually. And he comes with a piece of pizza so he can put it on top of his head. But, yeah, I absolutely love these figures. Well, I should say I love the box art. I'm sure the figures are going to be great as well. But I'm going to go ahead and open them up, and we'll take a closer look. These figures look incredible. I don't even know where to start, but I guess we'll start over here with Splinter. Originally, I wasn't going to pick up Splinter just because I'm not a huge fan of his movie design, I'll be honest. But NECA really crushed it with him. I think they did a really exquisite job here. I love the like holes and the purposely dirtying the edges of his robe. You know, because he lives in the sewer, it makes sense that it wouldn't be squeaky clean. They did a really nice job with that. I mean, the head is what gets it for me. They crushed it on that design. He even has the sliced ear, which makes sense to the story. I mean, that facial expression, just the detailing, the eyes, all of that is absolutely fantastic. The head can move from side to side, up and down. The arms can move kind of in and out a little bit. I think this is about as far out as they can extend, but they can move around. They do have elbow bend. The hands can rotate as well as fold forward a little bit. I think he does have some movement in the waist, but the kind of bulkiness of the robe makes it a little difficult. But the legs can move in and out. You also have a swivel as well as a knee forward and back. And then you kind of have a point of articulation right here, as well as in the middle of the foot. So you can move that around, you can move the foot. The tail is a little cumbersome, I'll be honest. When you first get the toy in the box, the tail is pointed straight down. So you kind of have to bend it back or else he's not going to stand at all, because it's constantly going to want to throw him forward. So I don't know if that's, like there's a wire in there and it's meant to be bent, or if it's just a piece of plastic and you just bend it to suit your will. It does spin from side to side, but that's really it. There's no like articulation joint or anything that I'm missing So I hope I'm not breaking it, but I feel like there's nothing else I can do. He won't stand otherwise. Accessories, he does come with a piece of pizza, so you can kind of pop it right on his head and recreate that scene from the movie where the pizza lands on his head. It kind of fits in there absolutely perfectly, so I feel like that had to be what their intention was. At least I hope that's what it was, because that absolutely works perfectly. He also comes with the TCRI canister. This is really nice detail here. You can see the crack says radioactive material. So the detailing on this is really fantastic. And then he also comes with a pair of nunchucks. And it does have the wire so that you can kind of, it'll keep the pose whatever you put it in. And it's kind of perfect because Shredder comes with the pointed staff, and you can wrap the nunchuck around it to kind of recreate that scene. So I think that's really cool. But we'll get to Shredder's accessories more in a bit. So very, very cool. I'm loving Splinter. Definitely glad I decided to pick him up. He really, really looks good. All right, moving on to the foot soldiers. We'll do them at the same time because honestly, they are the same figure as far as I can tell. They just come with different accessories. So they have what they call the bladed foot soldier. He comes with this katana. He comes with this axe. He comes with two sai. The melee weapon foot soldier comes with the staff as you see there. He comes with two tonfa. He comes with two nunchucks. One is the wired one, very similar to the one that comes with Splinter. But then he also has a metal chain version that just kind of hangs and will spin around if you flip it around like that. It's just a very fine metal chain. And it's got some detailing here on the handles. Pretty cool though. I like that a lot. I think those accessories are very cool. Both of them come with a second bandana. So I have each one has a different one right now, but they both come with the same two. So here is the two options. They're fairly similar, but you can see one's kind of meant to be to the side and one's kind of meant to hang straight down. They also all come with two closed hands. They come with two open hands, which most of them are holding the open hands right now for the weapons, but this is what an open hand looks like. And then you also have two all the way open hands. And so you can kind of mix and match those as you go. But getting into articulation, I mean, it's pretty much what you would expect. The base of the neck can move as well as the head on a ball joint. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get just the head to move if you don't want the neck to move. Because sometimes you can get the... When this guy came out of the box, the neck was at an angle that it looked like he snapped his neck, which just had me cracking up, but you can move it back into place there. But you can see how that bandana kind of goes out to the side, and this one just kind of hangs straight down. So that's the difference with them. But otherwise, he looks great. Articulation continuing on in the shoulders. You have that normal shoulder play there. You have the double jointed elbows. The wrists can move, of course, and can also bend forward. You do have some movement in the chest. It's actually, it kind of comes down to where this little sash is, but you can move that around. It kind of moves around all like that. Kick to the front, a little bit to the back, a little bit to the side. You do have a thigh swivel as well. He has two knee joints. But for the life of me, I can't make the second ones, the lower knee joints, move. And I really don't want to snap this guy's leg off. So, yeah, I'm really afraid. These work great. No problem with these. It's probably just, them being stiff. Maybe a hair dryer or some warm water or something might loosen them up. But I really just don't want to break it. And then you have normal kind of ankle play and a little bit of a swivel there as well. So... They look great. I think the detailing is fantastic. I mean, looking at the mask and the bandana and even the guards and gauntlets here, looking very, very cool. So I think both of these guys are fantastic. I love that they come with different weapons, so it makes sense to grab two. I mean, you want to have at least two foot soldiers, I feel like. Can't get much done with just one. You want to army build a little bit. But I like the fact that they come with different accessories, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. It gives you a reason to have at least one of each. All right, and now on to the main event, saving the best for last. This guy is amazing. First of all, let's talk about the crazy giant cape that he comes with. I think he only wears this once, maybe twice in the movie, but it looks great. If you wanted to put his hands down, you can, put his arms straight down at his sides if you wanted to have it kind of completely cover him, get like a Batman cape thing going on here. You could certainly pull that off. It actually clasps around his neck. If you can see that, I'll zoom in. So you just unclasp it there. It's a little difficult with the helmet right there, but you can get it done. Come on, you're so close. There you go. So you unclasp it. Let me zoom back out. And then we just pull this away. You kind of have to like drape it under his helmet. But I'm going to go ahead and take that. If he'll stand for a moment. You can see that there's a wire. There's definitely a wire in the outer part of the cape. So if you need to pose anything, you can. It just is kind of a nice... I don't really... It's just like a fancy shiny cloth. I like it. Very cool. But coming up to Shredder himself, you can see all of the spikes looking fantastic. Now, in the movie, he only has the claw on his hand, on his left. So this hand is open. He comes with a host of accessories. He does have two different left hands with the claw. A closed, I guess that's a little bit open, so you can put the accessory through. And then a super open hand. And then for the other hand, he's got the closed fist. He's got an open hand. And then this is definitely a hand to hold the staff. And like I showed you, he does have this staff, just like he uses against the turtles in the end of the movie. And he also has this super tiny little knife. And I was trying to see if you can get it. I don't think you can get it to fit in here. But if you'll remember in the movie, he kind of like had this in his belt. And then he tries to pull it on Splinter at the end. And that's what makes him fall in the trash can. Or the trash truck, rather. So you do have that little bladed weapon there. I don't think there's a way to tuck it into his belt. I've been trying to... It's really kind of seamless. So that's a bit of a bummer, but otherwise this guy looks really great. You can even... First of all, let's take a look at that mask and that head. The helmet is just beautiful. I mean, you can see the detail in it. The chainmail looking effect. But the cool thing is you can actually take the mask away, just like in the movie. Whoops, I'm not great at it. But there you go. You can see he's got the clawed face from Splinter when he was a normal-sized rat. I mean, that's really, really cool. And the way it works is I think it's his ears are kind of molded to fit into these little spots on the inside of the mask. So you can just put this back on. And then this clips right on there. There we go. I think I have it on right. So that's really cool. I love that. They really crushed it with that. Otherwise, he's got all the same articulation that the foot soldiers do. You can move the hands around. Shoulders in and out. Two joints there in the elbow. Let me back this out a little bit. Standard thigh swivel. Movement around in the hip. Really nice detailing and spikes there. And then he's kind of got the same problem where I really can't get his second knee joint to work. And I'm not going to try it. So you can also move... I think you can move the joints around. Yeah, you can move at that knee. There's a bit of a spin as well. And then, of course, he's got the same ankles. So... I love him. I think he looks fantastic. I honestly can't decide if I want to pose him with the cape or without, because he looks great both ways, and I just can't decide which one. He definitely has a little bit of sparkle to him, though, as you can see, which is kind of hilarious. I don't remember him being so sparkly, but I think it's just kind of accentuate the chrome and everything. He also has this piece around his neck that you can see. It's just like a drape. I'm not crazy about it only because it moves around so much, but you can kind of push it down and get it into place and it should be fine. But I love the helmet. I love that the face mask comes away. All of his details are just great. His accessories are great. I don't know. Like I said, I love that cape though. I can't decide if I want to pose him with it. I guess I'll start with the cape or something and go from there. But um, yeah, I recommend all four of these. They're really really good. I'm trying to see if there's. I'll have to do some comparisons here for you for size. So here's a couple figures from various lines just for some comparison and as far as height goes. You have Lord Zed from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection from Hasbro. You have Doctor Doom from Marvel Legends from Hasbro. And then you have Movie Shredder and Cartoon Shredder, both from NECA. So as you can see, they're all pretty much roughly the same size. You got quite the council of evil going on over here. I'm actually really loving it. So I think it's cool that these are all kind of basically in scale with each other. So if you have Power Rangers, Marvel Legends, Star Wars, probably going to be the Black Series, probably going to be in scale with this as well. And then both the NECA and Movie Shredder. You can see that the Movie Shredder is a little bit taller than the Cartoon Shredder. And honestly, Movie Shredder is a fraction taller than everyone else. I would say Movie or Cartoon Shredder, Doom, and Zed are all pretty much perfect. And then Movie Shredder's a little bit taller. But I feel like in the movie he was kind of taller than everyone else as well. So I feel like he's kind of right in that zone where they all really scale pretty well together. So I really can't recommend these enough. If you're a fan of the 1990s TMNT movies like I am, these are definitely must-buys. I think the price point is more than fair at $25 a piece at GameStop, no less. They're right in keeping with any of the other 6-inch figure lines, Black Series for Star Wars, Marvel Legends, Lightning Collection for Power Rangers, etc., etc. So the detailing is great. The painting is great. All the accessories they come with, absolutely fantastic. The first wave of the four turtles were amazing. These are no different. It's great to get some more characters for this line. And Toy Fair happened recently. The future of this line looks even better. Like they just keep crushing it. When we saw Toka and Razar, I cannot wait to find those. But yeah, definitely, if you can get a hold of these, go to your local GameStop, check their website, get the whole wave, pick your favorite, whatever you want. But I definitely recommend these. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about them. They're just really fun. I'm having a blast. NECA's really crushing it. Between video game turtles, cartoon turtles, and movie turtles, they've got it on lock. So definitely check NECA out. They do some great work. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.